Thomas Alive Today presents
Cheat Cheese. Cheat Cheese was founded in 1975 in Richfield, Minnesota, a suburb of Minneapolis, by restaurateur Marno McDermott, which his wife's nickname was Chi Chi, and former Green Bay Packers player Max McGee. McDermott had previously founded the Zapata fast food Mexican chain, which later became Zantigo. From 1977 to 1986, the chain was run by former KFC executive Shelley Frank. When Frank took leadership, the chain moved its headquarters to his hometown of Louisville. By March 1995, the chain had grown to 210 locations. The company's slogans were "A celebration of food" and later "Life always needs a little salsa." In 1987, Hormel Foods acquired the rights to produce and market Cheat Cheese branded salsa and related products in the United States. By 1996, Hormel was making $60 million annually from this product line. In 2009, Hormel formed a 50-50 joint venture with Mexico-based food manufacturer Herdez del Fuerte called Tex-Mex Foods LLC to manufacture and distributed Mexican food products in the United States. The Cheat Cheese brand was placed in this new company along with other related food brands such as Herdez La Victoria and Buffalo brands. Besides salsas, the Cheat Cheese brand also include DIP's tortilla chips and taco seasoning mixes. Cheat Cheese branded food products are usually found in major supermarkets and discount stores. Cheat Cheese last owner while the company was still in business in the US and Canada was Prandium Incorporated, which had filed for bankruptcy several times, including in 1993 as Restaurant Enterprises Group Incorporated and again in 2002 as Prandium. On October 8, 2003, Cheat Cheese and Kukuru, another Prandium subsidiary, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy themselves. In November 2003, Pennsylvania health officials learned of a potential hepatitis A outbreak from emergency room doctors treating patients in Beaver County. The Beaver County Health Department and Pennsylvania Department of Health began investigating the apparent outbreak and learned through interviews that all case patients had eaten at the Cheat Cheese restaurant at the Beaver Valley Mall in the weeks before becoming ill. On November 3, 2003, Pennsylvania Department of Health issued a hepatitis A advisory encouraging anyone who had eaten at the Beaver Valley Mall Cheat Cheese restaurant within the past 14 days to receive an immune globulin shot to prevent becoming ill with the hepatitis A virus. IG is only effective in preventing infection with hepatitis A if it is administered within 14 days of exposure to the virus. Pennsylvania Department of Health scheduled IG immunization clinics at several locations over the following days. By November 7, 2003, Pennsylvania Department of Health had identified 130 people who had contracted hepatitis A as part of the outbreak. The number had grown to 240 cases by November 11 and kept climbing. By November 14, 3 people had died due to liver failure caused by hepatitis A, and the number of ill people had risen to 500. Pennsylvania Department of Health, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Food and Drug Administration conducted an epidemiological study of the outbreak and determined that green onions imported from Mexico were the source of the outbreak. The FDA issued a statement dated December 9, 2003, affirming that this outbreak was associated with eating raw or undercooked green onions. Ultimately, over 650 confirmed cases of hepatitis A, both primary and secondary, were linked to consumption of green onions at the Beaver Valley Mall Cheat Cheese near Monica, Pennsylvania, about 30 miles northwest of Pittsburgh. The victims included at least 13 employees of the restaurant and numerous residents of 6 other states. 4 people died as a consequence of their hepatitis A illness. In addition, more than 9,000 people who had eaten at the restaurant during the period of potential exposure or who had been exposed to ill Cheat Cheese customers obtained immune globulin shots to prevent hepatitis A infection. Chi-Chi's had filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Delaware prior to the outbreak of illnesses. However, an order issued by the Bankruptcy Court on February 17, 2004 allowed claimants to attempt to mediate and settle their claims against Chi-Chi's despite the company's bankruptcy status. Chi-Chi's settled the hepatitis A lawsuits by July 2004. At the time the suits were settled, Chi-Chi's had only 65 restaurants, fewer than half of the number of 4 years prior. In August 2004, Outback Steakhouse bid $42.5 million for the rights to buy its choice of Chi-Chi's 76 properties but did not purchase the Chi-Chi's name, operations, or recipes. On the weekend of September 18, 2004, Chi-Chi's closed all 65 of its remaining restaurants. Outback had hoped to convert many of the properties to its own restaurants but instead eventually sold the majority of the properties to Kimco Realty Corporation, a real estate investment trust company in New Hyde Park, New York. This ends Chi-Chi's as a restaurant from the North American landscape. Chi-Chi's master franchise now belongs to a Swiss company which franchises Chi-Chi's in Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and North Africa, the best represented country being Belgium with 3 units. In 2002, Francis Leroy of Belgium purchased the master franchise for Belgium and later the master franchises for Europe in 2008, North Africa in 2011, and China in 2012. In 2011, the European-based company tried to expand into Denmark, but no reliable citation can be found when the Danish restaurants were closed. In the first half of 2015, the chain in Belgium had to close 5 underperforming restaurants. Chi-Chi's expanded into Austria by opening their first restaurant in Vienna in 2018.
Sometimes you feel a little Mexican. And when you feel a little Mexican and want to have a good time, come to Chi-Chi's Mexican Restaurant for fajitas. Steak, chicken, or shrimp with fresh vegetables sizzling on a blackened skillet. Chi-Chi's, when you feel a little Mexican.
If you have any fond memories, please indicate it at the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and like.